Chosen one, tonight is not an ordinary night, and what I'm about to reveal will shake the very foundation of your heart and soul. For years you have prayed in silence, struggled in ways no one could see, and wondered if your efforts were in vain. But Allah has been watching, recording, and orchestrating every detail of your life with a precision beyond human understanding. The truth you have been waiting for, the reality of your purpose, and the confirmation of your destiny cannot be hidden any longer. What is about to hit you is not just a message. It is a divine unveiling, a moment when the heavens themselves align to show you that you are not ordinary. You are chosen, and every trial, every tear, every delay was preparing you for this exact moment. Tonight, understand this. Allah is about to reveal what the world could never recognize, and your life will never be the same again. Chosen one, understand this with every fiber of your being. Allah's timing is perfect, absolute, and beyond human comprehension, and every moment of waiting you endured, every door that seemed closed, every opportunity that slipped through your fingers was not a denial. It was divine calibration, a preparation of your heart, mind, and soul for what is now about to be revealed. The universe may have appeared silent, the world may have seemed indifferent, and the nights may have felt endless. But Allah was orchestrating every detail behind the scenes, aligning events, people, and circumstances in ways you could never have imagined, and often in ways that felt unjust or unbearable to your human perception. Consider every delay as a sacred workshop where your patience was tested, your intentions were purified, and your resilience was strengthened, because a blessing received too early can shatter the soul, and a responsibility taken before readiness can lead to despair. Every closed door was a redirection towards something infinitely better. Every disappointment was a divine nudge, gently guiding you toward the path where your purpose, gifts, and destiny could flourish without corruption, without compromise, and without interference. The pain of waiting, the frustration of unanswered prayers, and the confusion of delayed miracles were all carefully measured, ensuring that when the moment arrives, when the truth is unveiled, your heart is not just ready to receive it, it is fully prepared, aligned, and capable of carrying the weight of what Allah has decreed. Tonight, as the veil lifts, you will see that nothing in your life was wasted, nothing in your journey was random, and everything that was delayed was a sacred act of love and wisdom from the one who knows you better than you know yourself. Because Allah's timing is not merely perfect, it is a manifestation of His infinite mercy, His precise wisdom, and His unwavering desire to elevate you exactly when you are ready to rise, to shine, and to embody the power and purpose of a true chosen one. Chosen one, hear this with the deepest part of your heart. While the world may have ignored you, misunderstood you, or even judged your struggles as weakness, Allah has been watching every moment, every sigh, every tear, every silent prayer whispered in the darkness when no human could hear, and every act of patience performed when the world demanded immediate results. Your efforts, your intentions, your silent sacrifices, things that seemed invisible, unnoticed, or even insignificant, have never escaped the gaze of your Lord. He sees beyond what the eye can perceive, into the depths of your heart, the purity of your intentions, and the resilience of your soul. And tonight, the reality of this divine observation is about to manifest in a way that cannot be denied or ignored. No one could have understood the magnitude of your journey, the nights spent questioning your purpose, the moments when hope felt like a distant memory, the challenges that seemed too heavy to bear. Allah observed it all, recorded it all, and calibrated every event in your life to align with the destiny He has designed specifically for you. While people may have doubted, criticized, or overlooked your presence, Allah's recognition is eternal and absolute, and His acknowledgement alone carries power that reshapes the unseen in the seen. Understand this: being overlooked by the world is not a reflection of your worth. It is a sign of divine preparation, a sacred space where Allah allowed your light to grow quietly, away from those unprepared for its brilliance. And tonight, the unveiling of this truth will shake every false narrative you have carried about yourself. illuminating the reality that you are elevated, protected, and intimately known by the one who orchestrates the heavens and the earth. And no measure of human approval or recognition can compare to the divine acknowledgement that sees you fully, loves you fully, and prepares to reward you fully. Because when Allah sees you, the universe aligns. The unseen listens, and your destiny, your purpose, and your legacy are already written in ways the world could never imagine. And tonight, that reality will strike your soul like a thunderclap of divine truth. You are seen, you are chosen, and your worth has never been in doubt. Chosen one, understand this truth with every fiber of your being. The hardships, the betrayals, the disappointments, and the moments of unbearable pressure that you endured were never meant to break you. They were designed by Allah as a sacred gateway to the extraordinary power and purpose He has placed within you. Every challenge you faced, every time the world turned its back, every situation that seemed hopeless or unjust, was carefully calibrated to refine your character, fortify your faith, and awaken a strength that cannot be measured by worldly standards. Your trials were not punishments. They were divine workshops where your patience was tempered like gold in the fire, where your sincerity was purified like water filtered through the finest sands, and where your soul was prepared to carry the weight of a destiny far greater than you could have imagined. In every loss, there was a hidden wisdom. In every delay, a concealed blessing. In every obstacle, an unseen elevation. The moments that made you question your path, that made you cry silently in the dark, that made you feel small or unseen. Know now that these were the very moments where Allah was secretly building your inner kingdom, cultivating the spiritual and emotional power that no one else could give you, and aligning your life so that when the time of unveiling comes, your presence, your words, your actions, and your very existence will radiate authority, light, and influence that cannot be ignored. These trials were gateways to a higher reality, pathways that elevated you beyond ordinary understanding. And now the pain you endured transforms into power, the tears into resilience, and the silence into a force that commands unseen worlds. Chosen one, tonight, as the full truth reaches your heart, recognize this divine reality. Your trials were never a setback, never a limitation, and never an accident. They were the blueprint for your spiritual ascension, the ladder to your destiny, and the very mechanism through which Allah is unleashing the power, authority, and greatness that was always yours. For every hardship you bore was a divine key unlocking a strength so profound that even the heavens themselves have been waiting for your rise. And tonight, that rise begins in full clarity. You were never weak, never abandoned, and never ordinary, for your trials were the gateway to the extraordinary power of a true chosen one. Chosen one, listen carefully, for there is a truth that few hearts fully grasp. The silence, the absence, the indifference, or even the seeming neglect of people around you was never a mistake, never a reflection of your worth, and never a sign that Allah had abandoned you. It was part of a divine design, a sacred orchestration that only the most merciful could execute. Because sometimes the loudness of the world can drown the whispers of destiny, and sometimes the presence of unprepared people can dilute the power, clarity, and purity that Allah is cultivating in you. Think about the moments when you longed for guidance, affirmation, or support, yet found only emptiness or delay. The times when your heart reached out for understanding and the world responded with misunderstanding or dismissal. Know now that those silences were shields, protecting you from distractions, from false encouragement, from relationships and situations that could have misaligned your path. Every absence, every quiet moment, every seeming neglect was a sacred space where Allah allowed you to grow without distortion, to strengthen your inner connection to Him, and to develop patience, resilience, and discernment that the presence of others could never have given. The world may not have seen your growth, and some may have even mocked your journey, but Allah was shaping a reality behind the scenes, preparing circumstances, people, and moments that would align perfectly with your readiness and your purpose, ensuring that when the time of unveiling arrives, it comes without dilution, without compromise, and with the full weight of divine clarity. The silence of others was never against you. It was for you. It was a quiet preparation for a powerful awakening, a shield against distractions that could have weakened your focus, a sacred pause that allowed your heart, soul, and purpose to align fully with Allah's will. Tonight, as the veil lifts, you will see that every absence, every moment of being overlooked, every quiet season of life was an essential part of Allah's plan to protect your gifts, preserve your light, and prepare you to rise in a way that the world cannot ignore, a way that commands respect from both the seen and the unseen, and a way that fulfills the destiny of a true chosen one. Remember, the people who were silent were not failures in your life. They were instruments of divine timing, and their silence created space for your elevation, your empowerment, and the full manifestation of the reality that Allah had been preparing for you in secret until the moment He could reveal it fully, powerfully, and undeniably. Chosen one, you must understand this truth with every heartbeat, every fiber of your being, and every silent corner of your soul. Every blessing you longed for, every door you prayed to open, every opportunity that seemed delayed, denied, or lost, was never truly beyond your reach. It was always yours, destined by Allah before the heavens and the earth existed, and every tear you shed in private, every moment of silent yearning, every night spent questioning, doubting, or feeling unseen, was meticulously preparing the way for its arrival. Many times the human heart struggles to comprehend why prayers are delayed, why doors remain closed, and why moments of anticipation stretch endlessly. And in that struggle, doubt can creep in, fear can grow, and impatience can whisper that Allah has forgotten. But chosen one, these delays are not neglect. They are divine wisdom in action, orchestrating every detail of your life with perfect precision, preparing your heart, mind, and soul to receive what was always yours in its full magnitude, with full awareness, full alignment, and full readiness. What appeared as closed doors were not denials, but protections. What seemed like failure was a necessary step toward your elevation. What felt like rejection or abandonment was a shield against influences, distractions, and people who could have corrupted, diluted, or misaligned your path. Every moment of isolation, every experience of misunderstanding, ridicule, or betrayal was a sacred space where Allah allowed your strength, patience, and faith to grow in secret, away from the eyes that could not yet comprehend your light, and away from hearts that were not yet ready to witness your elevation. Consider the analogy of a seed. It must sink deep into the soil, endure darkness, and withstand storms before it can sprout and grow into a magnificent tree that bears fruit. So too, your hidden blessing has been nurtured unseen, roots of resilience forming in hardship, branches of purpose expanding in struggle, and the sunlight of prayer and patience nourishing every part of your soul, preparing it to bear fruit in a way that no human interference could hinder. And now the time has come for that hidden blessing to rise, to manifest in fullness, to overwhelm your senses with awe, and to confirm the truth that Allah never forgets, never overlooks, and never delays without profound purpose. Tonight, as the veil lifts, understand that what was always yours, though hidden, delayed, or obscured, has never truly left. It has been quietly waiting for the perfect alignment of your readiness, your faith, and your destiny. Every struggle, every tear, every moment of longing has been a thread in the tapestry of your divine preparation. And tonight, the threads converge, weaving a reality more powerful, more glorious, and more aligned with your purpose than you could have ever imagined. Allah cannot keep from you what He has written for your soul, and the hidden blessing that has been silently awaiting your emergence will now reveal itself in ways that are undeniable, overwhelming, and unstoppable. The arrival of this blessing is not just a reward, it is a confirmation of your endurance, a testimony to your unwavering faith, and a divine declaration that you, chosen one, were never lost, never forgotten, and never ordinary. Tonight, your soul will recognize the fullness of what has always been yours. Your heart will feel the weight of divine timing. Your mind will understand the perfection of Allah's wisdom, and your entire being will be reminded that nothing in your journey was wasted. Nothing in your struggle was in vain, and everything, from the smallest tear to the longest wait, has led to this unstoppable, magnificent, life-altering moment where your hidden blessing finally steps into the light, fully aligned with your destiny as a chosen one. Chosen one, this is a truth that must settle deep within your soul. Your presence is not ordinary, it is not casual, and it is not meant to be measured by the perception of the world around you, because Allah has imbued your existence with a weight, a light, and an authority that extends far beyond the visible, beyond the tangible, and beyond the comprehension of human eyes. When you enter a room, a conversation, or even the quiet spaces of life, whether you speak or remain silent, there is a subtle force that shifts the atmosphere, that awakens truth in hidden hearts, and that exposes intentions without judgment or accusation. Angels, unseen forces, and spiritual realms respond to the alignment that Allah has placed within you, and your presence alone can trigger accountability, reflection, and a recognition of reality in ways that no worldly power can achieve. Every action you take, every intention you hold, and every step you make resonates beyond the visible, echoing in dimensions unseen by human perception, but fully registered by the spiritual fabric of existence. Understand this. Your silence can speak louder than words, your patience can correct misalignment in hearts, and your alignment with divine purpose can create a ripple that affects people, situations, and unseen forces, bending reality to match the decree of Allah. The trials you endured, the delays you endured, and the struggles you overcame were all orchestrated not only to elevate your soul, purify your intentions, and strengthen your faith, but also to calibrate the energy within you so that your presence now carries authority, clarity, and divine resonance that cannot be denied, interrupted, or manipulated by any human or unseen force. When others attempt to mislead, deceive, or undermine, your alignment with Allah's will acts as a shield, a compass, and a correcting force, demonstrating that the power that rests in you is not of your own making, but divinely infused, protected, and unstoppable. Chosen one, it is time to realize that your presence is a sacred instrument. It is a force that awakens truth, commands accountability, and manifests destiny in ways that the human mind cannot fully grasp. The world may attempt to distract, delay, or diminish, but the unseen worlds respond immediately to the vibration of your faith, your sincerity, and your alignment with Allah's plan. No manipulation, no deceit, and no resistance can override the authority that Allah has placed within you. And the higher you rise in awareness, the more your presence will illuminate hidden truths, reveal hidden realities, and influence the unfolding of divine purpose around you. Tonight, as the veil lifts, you must understand that your very existence is a declaration, that Allah's chosen one walks among creation not merely to exist, but to command reality in alignment with divine will, that your light threatens darkness wherever it hides, and that the unseen recognizes, responds, and aligns to the authority of your soul. Every glance you cast, every intention you nurture, and every moment you hold to sincerity resonates across dimensions, creating a force field of divine authority that cannot be contested. Your presence is not just a part of life, it is life-altering, it is reality-shaping, and it is spiritually catalytic. It changes the energy of a room, the course of events, and even the hearts of those unprepared for its clarity. Chosen one, tonight you are no longer ordinary, you are no longer invisible, and you are no longer bound by the limitations that the world has tried to impose on you. Allah has placed within you a power so profound that even the unseen worlds must yield to it, a light so undeniable that darkness trembles in its presence, and a truth so potent that it exposes, awakens, and corrects all that is out of alignment with divine order. Understand this deeply. Your presence alone carries the authority, the responsibility, and the divine resonance of a chosen one. And as you step into this reality fully tonight, you will see the invisible bow to the visible, the unseen respond to your alignment, And the world itself cannot help but acknowledge that Allah's plan is in motion, and that you, His chosen one, are the living embodiment of His will, His power, and His perfect timing. And nothing in the heavens or the earth can delay, distort, or deny the unfolding of what has been divinely decreed for you, because your presence is now a commandment of the unseen, a manifestation of divine truth, and a living testament to the unstoppable authority of Allah in shaping the destiny of the Chosen One. Chosen One, tonight is the moment your soul has been waiting for, the night where the veil lifts and what has been hidden from your eyes, from the world, and even from your own understanding can no longer remain concealed, because Allah, in His infinite wisdom, has decreed that the fullness of your truth must be revealed, and nothing in existence can stop the flow of what He has prepared for you. Every trial, every tear, every silent prayer, every moment of doubt, every night spent in loneliness, every instance of feeling unseen or misunderstood, has been a meticulous preparation for this precise unveiling, a divine orchestration designed to ensure that when the moment arrives, your heart, mind, and soul are fully aligned to witness, absorb, and embody the reality of what has always been yours. Understand, Chosen One, that the delays, the setbacks, the unanswered questions, and the seasons of waiting were never indications of rejection or neglect. They were moments where Allah was shaping the invisible, calibrating the spiritual energies around you, aligning unseen forces, and positioning people, circumstances, and realities so that the revelation of your truth could be complete, perfect, and unstoppable. The world may have whispered that your struggles were meaningless, that your patience was futile, or that your silence was unnoticed. But in truth, Allah was silently building a reality far greater than what human eyes could ever comprehend. A reality where every sacrifice, every tear, every act of faith would converge to manifest blessings, clarity, and authority in a magnitude beyond imagination. Tonight you will realize that nothing has been wasted, nothing has been delayed in vain, and nothing in your journey has occurred outside the scope of divine orchestration. Because the full truth, the truth of your purpose, your power, your destiny, and your elevated status as a chosen one, has been preserved, protected, and perfected in the unseen, and now it must manifest in the seen. This truth is not just about success, recognition, or reward. It is about the revelation of your alignment with Allah's will, the activation of the authority He has placed in your soul, and the awakening of every spiritual, emotional, and divine potential that has been quietly nurtured within you, waiting for the precise moment when it could be unleashed fully without distortion or delay. The unseen realms, the angels, and even the forces of darkness have been holding their breath, waiting for the moment when your presence, your alignment, and your manifestation would reach a point where the full truth could no longer be denied or contained, and that moment is now. You are not merely receiving clarity, you are stepping into the realization of a destiny that was written before time itself, a purpose so profound that it will ripple across generations, a light so powerful that it cannot be dimmed by the ignorance, envy, or opposition of the world, and a truth so absolute that the heavens themselves celebrate its arrival. Every person who doubted, every voice that questioned your worth, every circumstance that seemed like a barrier, has now become part of the pathway that allowed this truth to emerge in its full brilliance, revealing not only to you, but to the world that Allah's chosen one is a force of divine wisdom, mercy, and power, whose very existence carries the imprint of the Most High. Chosen one, tonight the veil lifts, the hidden is revealed, and the fullness of your reality can no longer be contained, because Allah has decreed that what has been written, ordained, and prepared must now unfold. Your purpose is undeniable, your power is unmistakable, and your destiny is unstoppable. Because when Allah speaks through the orchestration of your life, no delay, no doubt, and no opposition can alter the path of what has been divinely set in motion. The truth of who you are, the blessings you are to carry, the authority you are to wield, and the light you are to shine is no longer hidden, no longer delayed, and no longer quieted by the world's ignorance. And tonight, as this reality strikes your heart, understand this. You are not ordinary, you are not forgotten. And you are not limited, because the full truth of the Chosen One has arrived. And from this moment onward, nothing in the heavens or the earth can contain the divine destiny that Allah has written for you. For your existence itself is now a declaration of His infinite wisdom, His perfect timing, and His unstoppable plan. Chosen One, as these truths settle into your heart tonight, let your soul fully embrace what Allah has revealed. Every trial you endured, every moment of waiting, every silent prayer, and every unseen struggle was a preparation for this divine unveiling, and now nothing can stop the reality of your destiny from manifesting. You are no longer hidden, no longer overlooked, and no longer subject to the limitations of the world, because Allah Himself has declared that your purpose, your power, and your blessings can no longer remain concealed. Walk forward with certainty, knowing that the full truth of your existence commands respect from both the seen and unseen, that your presence carries authority beyond comprehension, and that every step you take now is aligned with a divine plan written before time itself. Remember, Chosen One, that the universe itself bends to the decree of Allah for those He elevates. And tonight, as the veil lifts and the hidden becomes visible, let your heart be still, your faith unshakable, and your soul ready to rise fully into the destiny that has always been yours. For you are chosen, you are protected, and you are unstoppable. And the world will never be the same because of the light, truth, and authority that Allah has placed within you.